Just coming on here talk to you guys for a little bit. Who copped on those triple blacks and those Air Force Ones, man? Um, Hopefully y'all got a chance to get them, man. I know they did a actual drawing on those shoes. I mean, hopefully and then y'all got them. Like I said, I told y'all before, I gave y'all advice. Y'all can use it for trade bait for certain shoes that's about to release soon, especially on the sneakers app. Like I said, we got the all white cement fours is better. Gonna drop soon on the sneakers. We got a lot of shoes that are coming on the way, man. Like I said, don't be discouraged about this particular releases are coming up. Like we got a lot of fire, especially coming when it comes to just sneakers app and just sneaker related content. And like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming, man. Like, don't be discouraged, man. Like, man, this release was kind of like hit or miss. Like I said, Nike just wanted to put it out there to try to sell the story to see if anybody wanted to get them or not. And I mean, it sold out for what I seen. I mean, it sold out. So, like I said, I think a lot of people actually was trying to get these. Like I said, I just think a lot of people just getting it just for the story, so they can, use it too to keep them as a personal, or I know a lot of hype beasts they gonna wear them. I'll see them. I'll see them soon, like somewhere, sneaker con or somewhere. Um, it definitely gonna be a trade bait for a lot of people that's trying to get it. So, like I said, man, I'm just here talking to you guys, especially with these Air Force Ones coming out, the all white, dirty whites, and then, like I said, triple blacks, like I said, it's a different touch when it comes to the story hitting on those. But, like I said, I kind of like, seeing it like, it was just a move for a lot of people that wanted to get it for 130. 130 wasn't gonna break the bank, and definitely wasn't gonna hurt a lot of people not trying to get it. And definitely wasn't gonna hurt a lot of people that they are trying to get it. So, like I said, it definitely was interesting release, especially for these. Hopefully, a lot of people will be able to use it for trade bait. Cause like I said, I think that's what a lot of people trying to get it for. They try to get it for trade bait. They wasn't trying to like really trying to get it for. I mean, you had some people get it for personal, but then you got some people getting it for trade bait. So like I said, it's definitely gonna be a crazy thing, especially we're gonna hear about these shoes once people start getting them through the mailbox, and then we'll see a lot of people doing with these reviews. Hello, Stephanie. Welcome to the chat, man. Hit that like button. Show some love. Subscribe to the channel. Welcome, come to the join the butchering crew, man. We just sitting here talking about the Air Force Ones that released on the sneakers app. Like I said, we had the dirty whites and we had the triple blacks that definitely hit. Let me know, 6 people in the chat, man. Hit that like button. Show some love to the chat. Show some love to the butchering crew, man. We are a crew here, man. Like I said, we just sitting here just talking about sneakers, talking about these this early release we had on the sneakers app, with the Air Force Ones, triple blacks, and then the dirty whites. So hopefully everybody, wanted those, got a chance to get them. Congratulations to you guys. Like I said, it was a drawing. So it definitely was a move for a lot of people to try to get them for retail. Like I said, they use it for trade bait. Bye. Like I said, they use it for trade bait and, be able to get them for retail. So overall, like I said, just make sure, hit that like button, man. We got 7 people in the chat, man. Show some love. Shout out and little man, he is my dog. He just died. If you do like and sub. Oh, shout out to my man. Shout out to he just died, whatever it may be. We don't care about sneakers. We care about owning real estate. Oh, actually, guys, I own real estate too. So I just ain't just about sneakers, man. I own a lot of other stuff too, guys. So, but make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this channel if you're into real estate too as well. Cause I'm a homeowner myself, my guys. So at the same time, make sure you hit that like button. And at the same time, sneakers definitely buy houses. So at the same time, don't count that out, man. Like I said, you definitely can be mindful when it comes to real estate. You can use that too, sneakers, to buy houses too. Because I know a lot of sneakerheads own sneaker stores and bought houses too, my guys. So just make sure you hit that like button. So yeah, we can talk about that too as well, man. But like I said, we here just talking about I say with the triple blacks and also with the dirty Air Force Ones white that had just came out on the sneakers app. Like I said, it was retail at 130. Make sure if you got them, check your notifications, especially on your emails. Make sure you check and see if you had copped those earlier today. I said, we don't want to have people to have no returns, or they cancel your order, whatever the case may be. But like I said, definitely you can use those shoes like for trade bait. It'd definitely be a go-to shoe if you're into the, trading off shoes to where you can get the shoe that you want. Like I said, I can see a few people want to wear them as a personal, and also you seeing people too as well is that they gonna trade as a trade bait, especially getting the shoes that previously came out, or they want to trade them just try to get something they truly want. But like I said, overall, like I said, it was just a soft release today. Like I said, for those Air Force Ones, like I said, a lot of people actually went for them. They sold out on sneakers. So I don't know, man. It's weird, man, how shoes move, man. Especially when it comes to the sneakers app and just overall, they're selling out. Like, hey, wife. Like I said, it's just a lot of sneakers just been selling out lately. Like I said, I was surprised that even sold out because that being that shoe the way it is. I mean, I get the concept because it was a story behind it, but just me seeing it selling out was kind of crazy. But like I said, um, definitely a trade bait type shoe. You can use for something else, or you can use it as a personal. So I mean, it goes both ways. So like I said, it's not a lose situation with that, but at the same time, it's 130. 130 is 130. But like I said, hit that like button, guys. Show some love, man. It's two people in the chat. We'll have more coming soon. Like I said, we just sitting here talking about sneakers and talking about upcoming releases, especially comes out on the sneakers app. And it's just gonna be some good fire heat coming out in the month of May. Like I said, we pretty much like almost in the second week of May. We got the white cements are coming soon. Hopefully a lot of people trying to go after those. I myself want to go after those. They'll definitely be dropping. If Nike don't move the date, it'll definitely be May 24th. They definitely will be dropping soon on the sneakers app. If you're interested in those, definitely a good looking shoe. Seen a lot of sneaker YouTubers already. They already got them on hand. They bought them early, and they actually look pretty good. They look pretty good for the price. Like I said, it's probably gonna be 200, maybe 215, 210 the most. So be ready to pay for that. Because it's gonna be up there. And at the same time, it's gonna be a lot of pairs. I heard it's gonna be a significant amount of pairs. It's probably gonna be over like 60K, over 60K pairs. So it's gonna be more than enough to go around. It definitely they might do an early access this week. Maybe do a shock drop this week. I'll give y'all more information about that because it's getting closer to the date. I know for sure they may be doing a early access, so we'll see when they're gonna do it. They might do it tomorrow, because what's that, Wednesday? They might do it tomorrow. If not, they may do it probably Tuesday of next week. We'll be seeing something when it comes to actually early access or a shock drop. So just be ready, be mindful of that, because I definitely will have more details when it comes to that. When it comes to that info, and so I can give y'all the info, especially when it comes to that, so you don't miss out. But like I said, today it was just a soft release, especially for these Air Force Ones. Like I said, a lot of people actually got them. Like I said, they sold out. I thought they maybe set them in setting for a little while. It's 527 now, right now, where I'm at. Actually, they sold out. I was very surprised, man. Like, let me know in the comments what y'all thought about that release. Like I said, that was kind of weird, them selling out. But hey, sneakers moving in its mysterious ways, especially when it comes to these particular releases. But yeah, actually sold out, man, for 130. I mean, like I said, it's not a bad price for those. You're not really hurting your pockets with it, but like I said, just the metaphor of the story. That's what made it sold it. And like I said, I'm sure a lot of people gonna wait until they get on hand. If they don't like them, they gonna dump them, put them on Goat or StockX and try, or they use it as trade bait for somebody that may want those. Like I said, for 130, not gonna beat the price. But like I said, today was just a soft release for this particular shoe, especially when it comes to just trying to get them for retail and getting them off the drawing. I personally think I understand the drawing concept, but a lot of people actually like the. I mean, they like the shoe, but I don't see what the drawing concept was about that. But they could just did that just to let a regular Leo drop and would have been okay with that. But like I said, they maybe just because it was limited and they didn't do a lot of pairs, so I guess that's why they did the drawing. But that's why I said on my last live is that reason is because it was limited and they didn't have a lot of pairs. But like I said, it was a soft release, especially for these particular shoes. Hopefully, everybody got a chance to grab those for retail. Like I said, we move on to the next release now. Now we got the UNC Reimagines are on the way. Hopefully, if y'all interested in those, it's definitely under retail right now. A lot of people ain't really touching those like that because simple fact, everybody want to try to get the white cement four, so it definitely will be a hit or miss with this shoe. But I can see these after the release, maybe like another week or so. It probably will sell out, so I cannot see these. Just, I mean, they may hit the outlets, man. Definitely may see these UNC or Imagine hitting the outlets because, like I said, a lot of people is just not interested. Like they just turned off of that, just with the midsole. It's the way how it is. Not saying they ain't do a good job. Nike always do a good job, especially when it comes to reimagines type way. Only thing they did kind of badly was on the Blue Royals. Those they kind of like flopped it a little bit because I guess they was trying to do like what they did with the breads, but the breads didn't do too well either because the satins. The satin ones didn't do too well because some of the fact all of those hit the outlets, and like I said, I even got a pair for cheap under retail for that shoe. But at the same time, like I said, it's just depends on what the people want. Like I said, it definitely be a go-to shoe for a lot of people that's trying to hit on those. But like I said, everybody want to try to hit on the white cement four. So white cement fours is on the radar, especially right now for a lot of sneakerheads. So hit that like button, guys. We got 2 people in the chat. Like I said, these white cement fours will be hitting soon. Like I said, on Sneakers app, definitely be uploading soon. But like I said, they probably gonna do a early access, or they definitely gonna do it hopefully by Tuesday. They definitely do early access by next week, or maybe tomorrow. Like I said, I have to see what they're gonna do. Like I said, don't have really too much on the info. That's like in the gray area, but I'm sure for a fact they definitely gonna have early access on that or a shock drop. Because like I said, it's definitely kind of early. We're still waiting. So we'll see what they're going to do, especially when it comes to that. So we can be able to get those for retail. So I don't have to pay resale for those. So like I said, we'll definitely have more info on that. So just be mindful soon that, like I said, it definitely will be dropping soon on Sneakers app. Like I said, they're going to probably uh, upload them probably next week. I'm sure they're going to upload them next week. They probably going to wait after this UNC Reimagine drop be done with on Saturday. So they definitely gonna wait till after that and then they'll upload them. But like I said, they might do an early access tomorrow. So just be ready tomorrow. Probably like around 2 p.m. tomorrow. They definitely will be probably doing a shock drop or like I say early access. Because I just got a feeling they gonna do a shock drop on these or early access tomorrow. We just waiting to Nike gonna do the call and we'll get the info and then that's when we'll know they actually do the drop. But like I said, today just pretty much it was the drop for those Air Force Ones. A lot of people was trying to go after those. Like I said, use it for trade bait, or they trying to use it as a personal. Like I said, I don't see a lot of people going to actually keep these once they get them on hand. So we'll see how this is going to work out, especially when it comes to that. Just give it a week or so. They definitely will be deciding they're going to dump them on GOAT or on StockX. So like I said, just here talking about this release. Hopefully, everybody that really wanted them got them for off the drawing. Because like I said, it definitely was a interesting release for these. So I definitely want to miss out on that. So at the same time, guys, like I said, tomorrow, we'll see if we do a shock drop on these white cement fours. Hopefully, they do them. Hopefully by Tuesday, like I said, they'll be doing a shock drop or early access. But I know, like I said, for the actual grand release, it's definitely going to be May 24th. Make sure you mark your calendars because it's definitely going to be an interesting release for these. And I don't want you to miss them out on that opportunity to try to get them because it's going to be a crazy release, man. Like I said, you got people going to be coming outside and they ain't bought shoes for years and they going to try to get these for that price. So just be ready, man. Like they going to be ready for this shoot. And I don't want y'all to miss out on it because they going to be on it. They definitely going to be on it. So I don't want you to miss out on that because it's going to be a crazy release, man. Like I said, I'm going to be there, especially when it drops on May 24th. Hopefully we can get them for retail. We're going to try to get them for retail. I think they're gonna do a full size run on these, so we'll see how they're gonna go with that, and to be able to get them for retail, man. That's what the goal. Try to get it for retail, so don't pay resale for these things. And like I said, we'll be moving on to the next release after these white cement fours drop, and then we got the some threes coming online. We got the rare air pack coming. The threes and the fours. Like I said, I like the threes of the rare air pack and the fours, so I kind of like misjudge it, but I want to get those. But I definitely want to have them in my radar because I know a lot of people kind of like sleeping on those. But I'm telling you, that's a nice looking shoe, man. That rare air pack definitely looks nice. So like I said, everybody just want the white cement fours. I get it. This is OG. Definitely want to have it in collection. Nobody has it, so definitely want to try to get them for the moment right now, because like I said, we don't know when Nike gonna re-retro these again. So we gotta get them right here, especially while they're gonna drop them on sneakers app. So they're gonna be having a lot of pairs. So like I said, it's definitely gonna be the move, especially for May 24th. So like I said, mark that on your calendars. It definitely will be dropping on May 24th on Sneakers app. That's it. We got the undefeateds. They pushed those back, so we won't be seeing those anytime soon this summer. And then we got the Carmelo Anthony 12s. Those definitely will be hitting too. They already uploaded on Sneakers app, so those definitely will be moving soon too as well. So we got some fire coming out, man. Like I said, just it's to your preference what you're trying to go after. And at the same time, like I said, a lot of people are trying to go after the white cement 4, so they want to go and get those. And that's okay, especially you want to put your eggs in one basket. You want to try to go after those. And two, like I said, a lot of sneaker shops, especially when it comes to Foot Locker, Champs, JD Sports, Hibbett Sports, they definitely gonna try to probably gonna do raffles on those. And same time, they definitely gonna trying to be able to give people a chance to grab these. So we don't have to always go to Sneakers app. We can try to get more than one pair. So that's the goal. I'm gonna try at least get 2 pairs. I want to get 2 pairs of those just so I can have them, because I never owned those before. So it's definitely be a great pickup if I can get those for retail. Because like I said, I don't want to pay resale for those, and I'm sure y'all don't want to pay resale for those. So like I said, May 24th definitely will be dropping on Sneakers app. As I said, today was just pretty much for the Air Force Ones, the dirty whites, and then also you had the triple blacks, which they, like I said, probably more people went for the triple blacks than actually the dirty whites, because like I said, probably a lot of people was trying to get them to switch and use a trade bait, or like I said, some people, like I said, a lot of vintage people or whatever, they may want to got it just for the word for the personal. But like I said, we just in here just talking about the release for these. Hopefully everybody got those. I got them for the price they wanted for, and it definitely be a different shoe to have for the summer. So like I said, I had my dirty whites. Like I said, I got them downstairs in my sneaker room. Like I said, I got them thrifted, but I said they don't look like they Nike initiated, especially for that particular storyline, that color of that shoe. But like I said, Nike can do what they want. But at the same time, guys, like I said, hopefully May 24th we'll be ready. Like I said, I definitely will be doing another live tomorrow, especially when another release. Just in here, just talk to give you a little short talk, especially with these Air Force Ones, dirty whites, and these triple blacks. Like I said, it was just a quick release, one and done. I don't see they doing no early access or no shock drop on these. They just did that just to keep our eyes open on stuff, see if we wanted them or not. And we know, and a lot of people went for them. And like I said, did a drawing for them, which I mean, it's kind of weird. But like I said, I can see the reason of it, because like I said, it was probably limited. So usually they do stuff limited, they put it in a drawing. But like I said, guys, we just pretty much getting ready for the 12s. We got the Carmelo Anthony 12s are on the way. We got the like I said, we got the Deion Sanders varsity reds. Those are on the way on the Sneakers app. And we got the Sakai's, definitely 2 on the Sneakers app. Those are on the way. And like I said, the last but not least for this month, we got the white cement 4s, which will be May 24th. Definitely will be like I said, go-to shoe. A lot of people wants those, and they want y'all to go after them, man. Like I said, it's not a bad looking shoe. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of content creators that have been showcasing these shoes a lot, and definitely gonna be the move for a lot of people. They already convinced. They already want to get them. Like I said, they've been saving their checks up. They definitely been saving for that date. Like I said, maybe tomorrow they may do an early access or a shock drop. We'll see how it's going to go. Because like I said, it's going to be something going on before this release drops. So we're going to be ready. Like I said, I'll be going live soon, probably tomorrow. We'll see if we'll go with this shock drop or early access. Because we're going to get something tomorrow. But we just have to wait and see. But overall, we just sitting here having to talk about these Air Force Ones. Like I said, definitely Air Force Ones. Like I said, I expected it was gonna sell out. It's on Sneakers app. What really don't sell out on Sneakers app unless it's an actual shoe that nobody truly don't like, or they feel like they ain't getting no profit off of it. And Like I said, very rarely that happens, but at the same time, like I said, people just gonna get what they want, and that's what they want. They want them dirty white Air Force Ones. Hey, they got them. They got the triple blacks. Hey, they got them. But at the same time, like I said, they'll see once they get on hand. We'll see how they look, especially on hand, whatever, what other content creators having those, so we'll be able to see how they actually look and what they're gonna keep them or not. But same time, guys, I'm just sitting on here, just talking about those. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about those. I said, pretty much I'm going to get off here, man. It's been 20 minutes. I don't want to be on here too long. I don't want to take up too much of your time. But at the same time, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me know what y'all think about this release today. Tomorrow, definitely will be going live on those Air Force, I mean, not the Air Force ones. Hopefully a potential drop for these white cement 4s. And hopefully, we'll get something. Like I said, if not, I'm sure we'll get something Tuesday on early access on the sneakers app. So at the same time, enjoy this great day out here, man. It's a nice day out here. Just wanted to talk to you guys, see what y'all think about this release. Like I said, definitely be going live tomorrow. So just make sure y'all be ready for that. Like I always say, guys, make sure you hug your loved ones, because you know the next time you see them again. Hit that like button. Show some love, man. Show some love to this channel, man. Definitely been growing since I've been doing the lives, and we got to continue doing them. So if y'all love it, I love it. So at the same time, hug your loved ones. Hopefully we'll see you next time again tomorrow on Sneakers app. Like I said, we'll be talking about these white cement 4s, but they're going to do early access. So I'll see you on the next one. Enjoy y'all evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.